Trauma is an emotional response to a terrible event like an accident or natural disaster. Trauma comes in three forms: acute, chronic, and complex. Acute trauma results from a single incident. Chronic trauma is repeated and prolonged, such as domestic violence or abuse. And complex trauma is exposure to varied and multiple traumatic events. When you hear this, what is the first thing that comes to mind? It was all terrible things, right? Well, what if I told you that there are actual good things that come out of trauma? Information from a research article states Dr. Jessica Keith, a psychologist who works with trauma survivors, suggests that after trauma, not everything is necessarily bad. The article also mentions some seminal work, a groundbreaking piece of research that introduces new ideas, theories, or concepts, was done throughout the 1990s. And their findings in a nutshell were that positive psychological changes were the results from people struggling with traumatic events. For example, according to Psychology Today, Sarah, a victim of post-traumatic trauma, shared her experiences. She says that she recalls growing up in constant emotional danger. The smallest gesture could send her back to her youth, feeling trapped and anxious. But she credits her upbringing for giving her observational skills, and she can sense when people are using things from her. And the skills needed to navigate her turbulent childhood appeared to serve her well as an adult. This research shows that while trauma is difficult, it can lead to growth and resilience. This is because when people go through such traumatic events, they are often forced to adapt and rebuild themselves. And while during the process, they can discover strengths about themselves they didn't even know they had. However, it is important to understand that this doesn't mean trauma is a good thing. The negative effects that come with trauma are real and shouldn't be ignored. But what it does show is that people do have the ability to grow and find meaning during their difficult times throughout their life. So when we start to think about trauma, maybe we shouldn't only think about damages it causes in a person, but we should recognize what it can build in a person. Not because trauma is good, but because some people are strong enough and capable of turning the hardest moments in their lives into something that matters to them.